Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Reactor, and this is Quinn, and today's article comes from theprogress.com. It's titled, Puff Puff Pass, Cannabis is Officially Legal Across Canada. BC has only one bricks and mortar marijuana store.
It's kind of a monumental day for Canada.
Yeah, I guess. For the world.
Right.
No more oppression of poor people, because that's all this really is, right?
No more, people having to, go meet people behind a convenience store at night doing shady things.
Or buying stuff from criminals.
Right.
Okay. It's promising to be a chill day across the country as Canadians wake up to the first day of legal pot. But although Ottawa gave the A-OK to light up a joint starting October 17th, there's only one place you can buy pot today, the BC Cannabis store in Kamloops. I guarantee that's not true.
Yeah, they're trying to say that this is the only store.
I'm sure Roscoe down the street is still selling it,
I mean, maybe Roscoe has better stuff than the BC Cannabis store for all they know.
Although 173 dispensaries have applied for licenses to sell marijuana, the 62 approved by the province have yet to receive local approval.
That sucks.
Yeah. Fun.
I wonder what you have to do to be approved. I wonder what you have to do to, grease the wheels.
Probably just normal stuff. Some cities like Richmond and Osayus have indicated that they won't be licensing any stores. This has left dispensaries currently operating illegal having to make a decision on whether to remain open and risk their license being rejected or close up shop. For those that don't live in Kamloops but are ready to explore legal cannabis, they can purchase marijuana through the province's BC Cannabis store website. While 150 strains of leaf will be available online and in store, edibles will remain illegal for at least a year.
That's cool that they can buy it through a website up there. I mean, I think people in the United States do that.
No, but it's a state-run store, which is still, cool, but the state-run stores, that's...
It's like the United States has all these stores that are operating under different state guidelines. So it's like all of it's everyone makes their own decision on how they're gonna allocate their money from it. So it's so it's like if you had it under one huge umbrella like Canada's doing, it obviously would seem like it would make it easier to track what you're making and where you're putting the money.
Yeah. But this is each province, right?
Yeah.
Policing legal cannabis impacts. Speaking ahead of legalization, the head of Canada's police chiefs, Adam Palmer, said that there were no big raids or anything planned in unlicensed pot shops across the country. Palmer, who also heads up the Vancouver Police Department, noted that police priorities on marijuana will stay largely the same. Oh, I guess they didn't care? It's important to remember that while the legal recreational use of cannabis new to Canadians, enforcing laws around impaired driving and the illegal production, distribution, and consumption of cannabis will not be new to police, Palmer told reporters Monday. It's good to have a clear direction, but in the scheme of things, marijuana is important, but it is not the most important thing going on in the country. Fentanyl kills a lot of people. Marijuana doesn't. Delta police. Wait, what is this? Police will continue enforcing impaired driving rules via traffic stops. Okay.
I would think you'd have to be severely impaired for Canada to be like, you have to get out of your car. You can't drive.
Yeah. Although driving impaired is already illegal, the province has brought in a new 90-day administrative driving prohibition, ADP, for any drivers who police think are driving while high. So, I don't really understand what's going on here. It's they're just switching it. Of course they're going to continue to, alcohol's legal, everyone. No more DUI checks. What?
That would be dangerous.
Of course they're going to continue doing that.
Right.
Police can test for impairment either. They're just trying to scare Canadians now, saying okay, it's legal now, but don't start driving around because they're still checking.
Right.
Police can test for impairment either by using the standard field sobriety test or the newly approved roadside saliva test, the Drager Drug Test 5000. Drivers with too much THC in their blood could net a fine of at least and spend up to 5 years in jail for repeated offenses.
What's the standard field sobriety test for THC? Do you pee in a cup, or do they take your blood?
You
or
just said saliva. Yeah, it says
oh,
saliva.
it's saliva?
Taking a note where and when. People will be able to grow up to 4 pot plants at their home as long as it's not being used as a daycare and the plants can't be seen from outside. Many strata and apartments have imposed their own rules about whether pot plants can be grown on their property. That's bullshit.
Because I know in the United States, people that have like wanted to grow in their apartment, they told me that they can't because most of the apartments, I think every person in an apartment hasn't been able to grow anything. For some reason in the United States, they just can't do it in apartments.
What do you mean?
They're not legally allowed to in an apartment for some reason. Like most of the people that own the apartments won't allow it.
Which is weird because why would your landlord be able to tell you if you can grow a plant or not?
Right, if you're paying your own electricity, you'd think the electricity would be the biggest part of it, right?
Or it's not none of their business. They don't tell you can't brew beer in your house, in your apartment, do they?
I mean, probably not.
Although I don't know, it's their property. Maybe they're afraid of something.
Afraid of getting beer everywhere.
Mm-hmm. You will be able to carry up to 30 grams of marijuana on you in public, as well as smoke outside in most of the same places tobacco smoking and vaping is allowed. Pot smoking will be forbidden at playgrounds, sports fields, skate parks, and other places where kids are likely to be. But although smoking in prohibited places is illegal, Palmer said it's unlikely police officers will be arresting people on the streets.
It says that they can actually smoke their cannabis in public, which is crazy because in the United States, people aren't allowed to do that. And a person has to be in their house, and they have to be can't be in a business, or it could be a social club. I think there's like cannabis clubs.
Yeah. Minor infractions like smoking illegally will be handled by bylaw officers, he said, while large-scale imports, exports, and production will fall to police detachments. Nobody's going to jail for something like that. So it's like just fines.
Mm-hmm.
But although smoking illicitly obtained pot remains against the law, Palmer said no one is going to be asking pot smokers for receipts. If somebody's walking down the street smoking a cigarette, the police aren't coming up to them and seeing if that tobacco is purchased at the 7-Eleven or they purchased it illegally from a tobacco trafficker, he said. Okay.
The police have bigger things to worry about, even up in Canada.
Yeah, I guess.
The crazy thing.
I feel like fentanyl is there.
So you can't smoke it in Canada in playgrounds, schools. You can't grow it if you have a daycare center. It still leaves a large majority of Canadians smoking out everywhere.
This cop also just said you can smoke it in any of those places, as long as it looks like a cigarette.
So you make it look like a cigarette, and then they just go and they smoke it all over the country.
You can smoke wherever you want.
They can just go smoke it wherever they want.
Well, like what he was saying, if you're smoking, the cop's not going to walk up to you and ask you if it's tobacco or not.
Right.
So if you're at a playground, unless it's illegal to smoke at playgrounds in Canada, which I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably imagine that people are smoking it right now, just standing in front of a police station.
Everyone on their way to work, right? Everyone at work in Canada right now is smoke. They're all smoking, and
they're like, oh, there's only the hard glazed donuts, the only one left.
Bring your weed to work day in Canada. It's a national holiday. Everyone just gets.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Oh well, yeah. I'll say. I don't know. It's pretty cool that Canada is the second country to
besides Uruguay.
Yeah.
Right.
And no one's actually paid attention to Uruguay. But anyway, that's it for the video. If you liked it, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. Like the video, and feel free to check out our Patreon link in the description if you want to help us, because it's all appreciated. All right. Thanks for watching.